the world's greatest mercenaries. The only life they've ever known is war. The only loyalty they've ever had is to each other.
We got 45 seconds before this thing goes kaboom. Somebody needs to stay here and disarm the bomb while the rest of us fall back. Who's gonna be the hero of the day, brothers?
I vote Rock Squatch.
Yeah, Squatchy. He's great at that sort of thing.
That's right, Brother Squatch. Step the right wire.
He was 1 week from retirement.
Bomb Squatch.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. We are back to full force. Seaton is back from his suspension. Now, Fritzy, you had a pretty cool guest on today. It was Owen Wilson. How many times did you check the phone lines before he came on?
Not many. He called in personally, which was cool, and we spoke for a little while. Paulie spoke with him briefly, and we felt really confident that it was. I gave his the quality of the sound a lot more, a higher rating than Paulie did. I had it like in the 9, almost 10 ballpark, at least when I was talking to him. But Paul had it at a solid 8. I think it worked out. But it was fun having Owen on to promote his new movie, No Escape.
Any concern that while it seemed like maybe I was talking to Owen Wilson about something like a bit or something for the show, was I checking the phone line? Is that a new policy?
Ooh,
because someone suggested that in the back room. That, wow, are you checking Todd's phone line?
I took it as that you had something to ask
I know,
him
it suggested
or say,
Seaton.
but that may not be a bad way to go. This way, at least that gets me off the hook if I'm not the
Then
last
that's
person
your goal.
to talk.
Well, I'm thinking back in the interview. I don't remember any tidbits that I don't know what you would have gained. Were you testing the phone line?
Occasionally, you got a point, Andrew,
Yeah.
Pearl. Occasionally, I will set up the guest with something to jab Dan with and
Yeah.
hand out.
But Paul's
So what
also
you're
good
saying is you don't trust Todd. I mean, that's what basically this is. You don't trust his ability to judge a phone line.
That's correct.
Well, I took it as a positive that I thought Paul, and he's done this at times to help stall things a little bit if the guest calls a little early or we still have a few minutes and, I'm rambling on trying to, keep things active with the guest so he's not sitting on hold too long. And then sometimes, at least I'm under the assumption, I didn't take it as they're testing the phone line, more of we still have like another 2.5 minutes.
One of my-
sitting on the line. So
One of
maybe
my
I should
favorite
sit out of
things
here.
that Fritzy does when he's stalling a guest, like for Owen Wilson. Owen, thanks for joining us. You'll be holding for Dan Patrick for Football Night in America. I'm glad to have you on the show. Congratulations, your new movie, which premieres Fridays in theaters near you, is expected to be a blockbuster hit. It's
Runs through the whole
like
thing.
yeah.
Reciting their bio back to them.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
oh yeah, that is me. I've done those things.
Paulie, would you talk to an actor just because you like his work and you just want to talk to? I think you might do that too.
I would, yeah.
You would have a fun
I
conversation.
think that's about 30% of the
Yeah.
reason I checked in with Owen Wilson, because I'd like to say in my life I've spoken to him for 12 seconds, which is about what it is.
You're really good at that little interaction with the celebrity guest. I've noticed you're much more subtle than Todd's obvious. You're like, hey, what's up, man?
Well, I just want to check what kind of mood they're in if they can play ball. In all seriousness, I kind of want to check the room a little bit. Where is he? What's he doing? If I could get one little tidbit from him, like, oh, I'm at a bar outside Dallas. Okay, anything. Or, hey, I'm glad to be on with Dan. I met him once back in.
That's happened.
You
That's
never
happened before,
know.
and that could end up making the entire segment.
It sure
that little
can.
3-5
And that's being
second
at a bar at like 7 a.m., which is really interesting.
Yes.
I definitely want to know.
But he
what
can't
he's
relay
doing.
that information to Todd because Todd is busy reading his IMDb page too.
Back to him, yes.
Well, it was a good thing that
Yeah,
the
he was
phone line
charged.
was solid because when Owen came on, Dan, what he does best. It's impressions. He did Luke Wilson for him.
Mention himself.
I've been working on my Luke Wilson impersonation.
Okay, I just saw him for breakfast, so I'll be able. Can I hear a little bit of it?
Yeah. That's it.
That's good.
Thank you.
It's good.
Thank you.
Now I see why he got cast as Lincoln.
Hell yes. I couldn't play Lincoln, but I could play your brother if they need me for just one line. Yeah. Right.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a good impression. He's really picked up on something there, a little subtle nuance of Luke Wilson and what makes him tick. Can we just talk about how Dan opened with, I've been in a movie with your brother?
That was a little weird.
That was quick. Even for Dan, that's pretty quick.
It was, and when I was getting Owen Wilson set up for the interview, I just want to give you a heads up. I don't know if you know, Dan is in movies sometimes, because Dan assumes everybody knows, and I don't know if everybody knows. I said, he was in a movie with your brother, Ridiculous Six, and your brother plays us. I also think he was surprised to find out that his brother was in this movie, because he goes, okay. And I was telling him, yeah, your brother plays the Secret Service guy to protecting Lincoln. And he goes, and Dan was Lincoln? And he goes, okay. And I think he was shocked to find out that Dan and his brother were in this upcoming comedy.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Paul, if you had to set an over-under on how many times Owen said yeah during the interview, what would that number be?
Yeah. If you guys have a count, I'm going to go 11 and a half. Hopefully you counted that.
All right, well, let's get ourselves an official tally. We went back and looked at the interview and put it through the yeah counter.
Well, I figured I'd have you, since I co-starred with your brother in a movie that will come out later on this year, the Ridiculous Six. I'm sure your brother Luke told you about that.
He won't stop talking about it.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
He gave me sort of the full invite there to Southern California.
Yeah, he's a pretty good golfer.
Growing up in Dallas, were you a Cowboys fan?
Yeah, big Cowboys fan.
Is Jim Harbaugh funny?
Yeah, he does. He has a good sense of humor.
He hides it well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe he's hiding it from the media. He wouldn't hide it from you.
Yeah.
You any good?
Am I any good?
Were you any good?
Yeah.
Biletnikoff had some of the best hands in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
When I see you, I'm prepared to laugh.
Yeah.
So, like, the serious nature of it?
Yeah. I thought you were saying, did I have to parent myself when I was playing the role?
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean...
Did you almost get arrested in Thailand?
Yeah, there is a bit of a rebel in me, so... Yeah. Here, the movie... Yeah.
But you're doing a sequel to Zoolander.
Yeah, we just finished in Rome. That happens all the time. It happened just the other day.
So what do you say?
I just say, yeah. I just go with it.
Two things I love about this is that we guessed way under. And what I love even more about this is that some college-educated professional broadcast person that hired for us, this was his assignment today, to edit the Yaz by Owen Wilson for the Boxer. That's awesome.
McLovin, whose career would you rather have, Owen or Luke Wilson's?
Wow. So I'm a big old school fan, but I'm also
Hasn't
a
Owen
big...
been more stuff?
Owen's had bigger projects. Owen got super famous, and Owen famously had some off-screen trouble, which I don't want. Luke stayed more low-key, then he did those weird Verizon ads. Yeah. Remember when Luke Wilson dated a woman who had superpowers? Did anyone see that movie?
That would be cool. Oh, in real life or no?
No.
Oh.
I'm a bigger Luke fan in Bottle Rocket. I'm gonna go Luke by a hair.
Wow.
Good hair, too.
That's a solid choice, and who wouldn't agree with you?
Yeah.
All right, stick around, and we're going to find the perfect fall guy for DP. Why not? He has the perfect truck. He has the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. Every truck can climb a hill, haul a trailer, tow a boat, but not everybody has the most fuel-efficient half-ton truck on the road. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram. We're back here on the box score. Chris Carter got himself in a little hot water when a video was released of him telling NFL rookies they better get themselves a fall guy if they had to run in with the law. Now, Seton, do you wish that Brady had a better fall guy associated with Deflategate?
Well, Brady doesn't need a fall guy because he didn't do anything wrong. So no reason to have anyone in place there.
That's straight talk from Seton. Well, it wasn't long before you guys got into the debate on who would be the perfect fall guy for DP.
Let's say we were out one night and there was like a fight, just a bar fight, and you were involved. But then the cops roll up and say, hey, who was involved in this fight? I heard it was Dan, Patrick, and blank. Well, it's not good for anybody on this side of the room to have you get arrested.
Okay,
not kid each other.
Fritzy is not going to be my fall guy.
Because I couldn't keep the secret, or I wouldn't be believable?
You could not. You wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be a good fall guy.
Somehow we'd all go down.
Yes.
Officer, can I talk to you for a quick second?
Paulie or Seton would be fall guys. I think you have to have been in situations I don't think the back row would do well with that.
Yeah, no one's going to buy the two dorks in the corner starting to fight with the cranberry juices. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even an ethical decision for us. It's just like logistically, like, hey, officer, I'm the one with the doobie. Let Dan Patrick go.
But we're talking about a fight here, and if you look at it, you're the biggest guy, you're the tallest, you're the strongest, you bench press. Fritzy looks like, if you saw him in a bar.
If you didn't know him.
If you didn't know Fritzy's timid personality and just saw the guns, he's the most. You guys are more intimidating looking than us, too.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're the two smallest guys in the room.
If a cop talked to Fritzy for 30 seconds, they would realize that there's...
But just on looks. On looks, you guys look like the tougher dudes. Look, we got badass black shirt on, black.
All right, you know he can't stop jiggling his
this thing.
Things.
Can you imagine me and Fritzy sitting in the police station, just sitting there next to each other, and be like,
Getting interrogated.
Fritz, Burloff, come on in, and like, good cop, bad cop.
It was Dan. Leave us alone.
Yeah, no,
Dan
what are you going
Patrick.
to jail for? He was the one smoking the doobie.
Doobies.
Paulie, would any of you guys be willing to be the fall guy for, say, Todd Fritz?
Oh, I mean, the crimes that Todd Fritz would probably be
Stealing plates.
accused of is not something that I want to throw myself into. You know, binoculars, night vision,
questionable search history.
Yeah, search history. That's not the stuff I want. If bar fight, I'll take the blame for you. Bar fight, no big deal. That's kind of a cool thing.
Ashley Madison data dump.
If you're cyber stalking, does not seem like something you want to be part of.
No part of that.
I swear, I just signed up for Fritzy, for work.
It linked me to something else that I had no intention of looking at.
Fritzy, how long could you last in jail?
Not very long at all. Whether it's alone or with a group. First of all, I'd start rambling on with whatever group was with me, and then they would start pummeling me to shut me up. And if I was by myself, all my obsessive compulsive thoughts and behaviors would kick in, and I would start getting very lonely and depressed, and I'd probably do something bad to myself. Or security guards would have to come in to make sure I was okay. It's just I'm not good alone, and I'm often not good in.
You'd be forced to wear underwear. I heard they do that.
Yeah, there's underwear involved. There's they would want nothing to do with me, and I certainly don't want anything to do with myself alone. Even though I spend a lot of time
I was gonna say,
in the hotels and
that's
things
your
like
goal
that.
in life.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm having. I may have a good time briefly, but once that part is over,
It's weird though, because right after this meeting
I'm
here,
running on a train.
you're gonna go to a train and sit for 17 hours in a 12 by 12 room.
It's very
borderline naked by choice.
no,
I mean,
but
you're barely basically every week when we go to New York City, you imprison yourself in a room
That's a good thing.
that has no
but
kitchen.
knowing that I'm allowed to leave is helpful. It's relaxing to know that
but you don't
I'm not
leave.
stuck.
And you don't have to be by yourself. You choose to be by yourself because
Right.
you have some of your coworkers
I'll
that are
do
staying
like
in
a
the
forced.
same.
I'll do like
feet
a
away.
forced isolated, like forced solitary
You
confinement.
choose solitary confinement every
What a
week when you
great
go to New York.
observation.
That is I have
Like,
no
I
comeback
think you
to
would
it.
actually love solitary confinement in prison as long as you had like maybe some magazines and some questionable television and some Chinese food. Prison would be great. You don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to deal with anybody. No one's on your back.
You know what? If there's a working TV and radio and
Comfortable cot.
Chinese food and/or pizza and clean water and
Zubaz, prison issue.
it may not be such a bad thing.
Yeah, loose
Turns
in
around.
prison.
There is
out
something
there.
to be said for the hotel prison.
Fantastic. All right, coming
like
up,
it.
we've dusted off the gear for another edition of the Mock Headline Battle Royale. We are back here on the box score, guys. Weekends are good, but Mondays are better. We get to look back on what we did this weekend, but more importantly, we get to look back at the headlines that were dominating the world. It's time for another edition of
Mock Headline Battle Royale.
I give you a headline, you give me a mock headline. First headline, Ohio State becomes first unanimous #1 in the AP college football poll. Paulie, you're up.
Bucks to be you. #1 OSU should roll all over weak opposition. Bucks to be you.
Start Seton.
Urban liar. Coach denies paying writers in voting scandal.
That's accusatory. Good headline.
Sources?
Good line.
McLovin.
Buckeye for an eye. Ohio State to deliver swift justice to any doubters this college football season.
One down. Fritzy.
The best team coach has a first name, it's URBAN. The best team's coach has a second name, it's MEYER.
A lot of baloney fans out there.
Wow.
Headline number 2, Mike Fiers throws no-hitter against the Dodgers to spoil Chase Utley's debut. Fritzy, give me something good.
We didn't start the fires. It was Matt's no-hitter against the LA Dodgers.
Okay.
Tribute to Billy Joel. McLovin.
Wait, it's Fires, not Fears?
It's Fires.
Can you come back to me?
Pass. You gonna pass?
I'm gonna pass. I thought it was Fears.
Can we just hear what it is anyway?
Yeah, go with it. Could be good.
Fear the Fears. Matt leaves Utley chasing with pitch in the dirt to close out no-no.
Oh, it sucks either way.
True. And I don't even know if he struck out Chase Utley with a pitch in the dirt. I hope he did.
We'll give you some latitude with the artistic license. Paulie, your headline.
Apologies to Seaton and his family. Seaton fires up one-hitters. Matt fires up no-hitters.
Bang!
That is
I like it.
That is
Let's
good.
get some marijuana humor going.
Yeah.
Nice. Bubbles.
Weed. Good for you. Seaton.
Chase Utley, not exactly the debut we were hoping for.
Utley.
Utley, not Chase Utley. Chase Utley.
Oh my.
Third headline. Jimmy Garoppolo shines in Patriots 26-24 preseason win over the Saints. Seaton, start us off.
Garcrapolo. Brady concerned about future in New England.
Yeah, Garcrapolo.
Sorry. Yeah.
Paulie.
Garoppolo, it was Italian for Brady's all done.
Oh, snap.
Ooh.
Whoa. Italian for.
Fritzy, what do you have for us?
Why free Tommy when Jimmy runs deep? So deep, put opponents' butts to sleep.
What song is that?
Ice cream.
Put a Jimmy hat on it. McLovin.
Oh my God.
Sorry, we're having trouble recovering from Todd's laughing. Slim Jimmy. The skinny on Garoppolo is he's pretty good.
You had to leave
You're just
early.
making these up on the spot.
Someone had to leave early.
There's nothing about
Slim
that.
Jimmy.
Our fourth and final headline, USC coach Steve Sarkisian goes on drunk rant at a school rally on Saturday. McLovin, it's all yours.
All Sark, no bite. USC coach will probably need hair of the dog after questionable speech.
Killed me.
Yeah. Playing spoiler, baby.
Yeah.
I might not win. Taking down Paulie with me.
Fritzy.
Troy story.
how do you know?
Ask Buzzed Lightyear, would he like to have a mulligan?
See what you did there? Would
That's
he?
part of that one.
Would he?
Very
Troy
nice.
story.
Would
Oh,
he?
Buzz.
Troy
Buzz
story.
Lightyear.
Buzz
It brings the
Lightyear.
kids
That's
into
well
it.
done.
That's
Seaton,
complicated.
your
but good.
submission.
Donor boner. Quest for green has Hayden seeing red.
Boner always good.
Paulie, wrap it up for us.
Yeah.
As you could tell from my reaction earlier, I had an all Sark, no bite headline, so I'm going to go off the cuff. Sarks to be you. Boozed up Trojan coach goes blue at booster function. Sarks to be you.
Bucks to be you.
I had to adjust.
It's the last
Sucks.
There you are.
That's a strong improv, but there can only be one champion today, and that man is Todd Fritz. Congratulations.
That's a strong improv.
So deep, so deep.
I feel like Paulie had it until that last round.
This is the box score. We are taking a break to remind you that the Ram Heavy Duty, with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower, doesn't need one. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram. Close-up shop here at the Box Score Bar. Pearl dropped some knowledge today and is against the grain on how to fix the NFL preseason. Paulie, how did you think that segment went?
Very well. I was commenting to Dan as it was going on. I really liked the first three ideas. I didn't like the last idea, though. I don't remember what it was.
Having Brady play 7-on-7.
Yeah,
I just need to get to 4.
The first three ideas I would totally back. I don't think there's any chance that they can happen because there's not a way to make money off that. Unless there is a way to make money off it, then those things can happen.
All right, well, for as good as it went, it didn't stop Pearl from complaining to the boss over a gripe he had. Let's see what he said as we bring you a Box Score exclusive.
I was very close
to
having a hissy fit last hour.
a hissy fit?
A little hissy fit.
Over what?
Well, you said after a break we'll do Against the Grain. Then you started taking phone calls, and they were very interesting and engaging. And then it kept pushing Against the Grain back. So I was secretly hoping the phone calls would be crappy, and they weren't.
But I was building up the audience.
All right. Well, if we could take some bad phone callers to make Against the Grain look, is that?
No, your Against the Grain was good.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No,
I'm telling you, I almost had a hissy fit.
I don't want to sound surprised, but I was surprised that it was good.
Well, yeah, that's okay. I can take that.
It was surprising that Against the Grain was so good today. I'll give Dan that. But he does turn to sort of zig when you think he's going to zag with things. He's sort of the master of the double throw, where he'll say, like, all right, right now it's time for Against the Grain with Andrew. Matt in Kentucky, you're on the air.
Yes.
And you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? You just went to, like, a couple of different
Yeah, I
things.
saw your body language. I could see you. You're kind of like, what?
I'm like, a man in Kentucky, like, brought up some topic that lasted 5 minutes. It was really interesting. I'm like,
Yeah, crap.
dude, it's like following, you don't want to follow a good comedian, you want to follow a bad comedian.
Caliendo taught us.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, oh, great. These guys are making better points than I have. Jerks.
Nice.
McLovin, did you feel a little extra pressure since the poll question about going to jail didn't go over too well?
It went over pretty well.
See, I'm going to say that's a pejorative question,
pejorative.
Brock.
That was pejorative.
Yeah, I mean, just because Dan says it doesn't go over well, Dan's thing is to criticize a poll question, right? You could have the greatest poll question. Einstein could come up with a poll that reinvented the world, and Dan would be like, what else you got, Albert?
Yeah. What else, Al?
Yeah. So I'm not going to back down. That was a decent poll.
Way to stand behind. All right, Fritzy, since Born to Run came out 40 years ago, can you give us the guest list as Bruce Springsteen?
We got JB Smoove in the New York City man cave, and we've also got Edward Burns. He's got a new show on TNT. It's a gangster thing. And Kevin Millar, well, of the MLB Network.
Fantastic. All right, thank you, gentlemen. We are back tomorrow. They're in the New York City Man Cave. The podcast is available on iTunes or podcast1.com. Cheers.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!